Fuck yeah. What's up? What's up? Yes. Yeah, Steelers got blasted last night. What are you going to do? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Rodgers was not the problem last night. So I would bring Rodgers back, to be honest with you. He was not the problem, you know. I do find it a little weird that they did not go to Metcalf hardly at all in the second half. So something's up there. Because like the first 4 plays were to him and then nothing the rest of the game. You could clearly see him and Rodgers and Calvin Austin not on the same page. So I think that's something to be looked at. I mean, if Rodgers comes back, I could see him saying, get rid of that guy and bring someone in I want to throw the fucking ball to. I don't think the game was fixed. I mean, I said, before the game, I mean, I really should be an NFL analyst. I said it's can the Steelers hold off the Texans rush? And outside really the first couple plays, where they had a nice, I think like a 12-yard pass and a 10-yard run by Warren, they couldn't hold off the rush. That's not Rodgers' problem. I mean, the offensive line just didn't do it. And I don't think the game was fixed. I mean, if the game was fixed, they would have fixed it for the Steelers. Believe me. If you're, I don't know who has the Super Bowl this year, but whoever it is, they want Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl versus C.J. Stroud. Trust me on that one. So, 100%. I mean, number 60 on the Steelers, he's, I think, a rookie offensive lineman, so you can't really blame him, but, he definitely got beat a few times, and, that one drop by Metcalf, it was like a 20-yard drop. That really swayed the momentum. Am I saying we would have won the game if he catches that ball? No, but we were driving. I think we would have scored a touchdown then, and then I think we would have been up 4 points, and, I don't know. I disagree, Checkwold. I disagree. I mean, if you could, because see, that's like that one Super Bowl Was it the Super Bowl, the Steel? I'm not loyal to Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you. He was a kind of a dick to me when I met him. So um, when Neil McDonald threw the 2 interceptions, and everyone said Neil McDonald sucks, or ripping into him, and the 1 interception, I forget who the receiver was. It might have been Yancey Thigpen. If you're an old school Steeler fan, you'll remember him. Um, he ran the wrong route. He went in where he should have kept going, and O'Donnell threw the ball to the route where he should have kept going. So, on paper, McDonald threw the interception. Well, you could tell in that 1 interception, that is Scorpio Sky. Good eye, good eye. Last night, the receiver kind of left Rodgers out to dry. I know a Yancey Thigpen reference, old school. I think it was Thigpen, or it might have been Charles Johnson. And that one, like I said, the one pass Metcalf dropped. I mean, it was like right there. There's no excuse. So, and the fumble. Once again, yes, Rodgers fumbled the ball, but he also had 4 defensive linemen, bum rushing him. So, you got to give a little bit of the blame to the offensive lineman. So, I mean, it wasn't a great game by Rodgers, but I don't think he's the problem on that team. He's clearly comfortable throwing to one receiver, Metcalf. Maybe a little bit of comfort throwing to Scantlin because he was with him in Minnesota or not Minnesota, Green Bay. But he's not the problem. I mean, the defense was fucking exhausted. You could tell toward the end they had nothing, and that's because their offense was going 3 and out. I don't think Arthur Smith is the answer. He's no better than Matt Canada. I mean, the Steelers are in a bit of a pickle to be. In terms of what they do next year. Do you bring back Arthur Smith? I would not. Do you bring back Rodgers? I would. Do you bring back Tomlin? I don't know. There's cases to be made for it. What up, A. Thompson? And there's cases to be maybe the Steelers need new blood. I mean, this is now, I think, 9 playoff losses in a row for Tomlin. At some point, you got to go like, hey, we love him, but we need a fresh perspective. But, the Steelers are an organization that doesn't believe in hiring and firing coaches. They've had 3 coaches in their history. That's fucking bonkers. Chuck Noll, Cowher, and Tomlin. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting offseason for the Steelers. I mean, they have a great GM. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a very interesting time. I mean, they made some moves in the offseason I didn't understand. I mean, I didn't think there was any need to go out and trade for Smith, the tight end from Miami, when you already have Freiermuth in Washington. Now, I will say, missing Washington hurts. I mean, that guy is a 6'8", 300-pound pass-catching tight end who's pretty good blocking, too. I mean, he's the next Travis Kelce in this league. So that absolutely hurt them. I mean, Gainwell, and Warren, I mean, I can't say they had bad games last night. It's just that Texan defense is fucking fast, man. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't think Rodgers is the problem. I really don't. It's not him. Listen, he's still got a rocket of an arm. No, it's all good, Checkball, all good. So he's not the problem. If they bring Rodgers back, they have to upgrade the offensive line. They just have to. And they need a second receiver to complement Metcalf. I mean, personally, what I would have done. Now, maybe maybe he was that much of a problem where they couldn't have done this. I don't have inside info. Like, I have inside info on the LA Kings because I have friends on the team. I have friends who work for the team. So I hear things. But I would have kept Pickens this year. I would have kept Pickens and Metcalf, and I would have said to Pickens as best I could, "Hey, listen, we'll trade you at the end of the year. Just stick with us this year. Let's see what you and Metcalf can do." So, I mean, it's rarely. That's a tough one. I mean, like, I had a show this Saturday night where a lot of the comics weren't doing well. And when comics aren't doing well, they kind of give up. They phone it in. And that's the one good thing that I do. That if the crowd's bad, I'm still respectful that they've paid a lot of money to be there. Now, by the time I get, what up, Lance? By the time I get on stage, I don't know what's gone on in the room. But, like this Saturday night, I was on stage about 12:30. And I could tell the crowd was tired. They weren't happy with what they've seen so far. So that's a bad crowd for me because I've got nothing to do with why they're not happy. But, I'm the last guy, so they're going to take out their frustration on me. But, I still won most of them over. So it's usually on the comic because most crowds will respond to a comic if you put in the effort. But most comics, after the first couple minutes, if the crowd's not responding, they just go into shit talking the crowd. They go into just giving up. Well, I'm getting paid anyway, so fuck you guys. That kind of attitude. I never have that attitude. What a powder girl. Yeah, I mean, but see, I don't root for other teams. Once my team's out, I just want good games. So, I would say that, it's usually on the comic. Most comics, if they gave an effort, they would find they could win the crowd. Because like Saturday night, I gave a great effort. I did, I think, about 30 minutes. And every comic that night was flying off the stage. As soon as the red light was on, it was, "Hey, that's my time. My name's, Shabadoo Quinones. I'll see you later." Not me. My light came on. I said to the sound guy, "Turn that light off. I'm not done." And the crowd kind of liked that. So hold on. I'm getting a text from the Comedy Store as we speak. I love you all. All right, they're just giving me my spots for the week. So we've got some very unfunny people in the stream so far. That's all right. I didn't think the trolls would be here this early. I thought you guys would be at your third job. Where were you on 9/11? I was sleeping, to be honest with you. I mean, you got to understand, I think the first plane hit the tower in New York around 8:45, so it was 5:45 in the morning for us. So I was not. I was sleeping, and my sister called me, said, "Turn on the TV. They're attacking. They're attacking." So what I forgot was on September 10th, 2001. I fell asleep on September 10th, 2001, to watching channel 598 on DirecTV, and that's the only channel that shows full penetration. So I was watching pornography on September 10th. So I turned on the TV. I'm like, I said to my sister, "Hey, this world looks great." I don't get heckled too much by females for whatever reason. It's usually a dude. It's usually a dude trying to impress their girlfriend. "Hey, I'm funnier than this guy." You ain't, brother. Would you believe that on September 10th, I took a photograph at sunset with the American flag flying in the wind with the red sunset behind it? I mean, I can't say you're lying. Well, they gave me a spot. I said they gave me a Saturday night spot. So I can't do that one because I'll be in Vegas doing a spot. Oh, that's crazy. You were on the tower 3 days before. So they're gonna have to change the spot, or I just won't be able to perform at the store this week. So I don't remember the movie. DirecTV porn. They just show these random movies. Any feedback on Kill Tony on Netflix? Yes, I do have feedback. I didn't watch it. SC, I don't watch that shit. So, I have no interest in watching open mic level comedy on Netflix. I'm not hating on the show. I don't have any interest in watching it. So, I mean, no one talks about the show. The industry does not talk about the show. I mean, the industry thinks about Kill Tony what they thought about Roast Battle. Roast Battle was not a show that was, favorably looked at, by the industry, by agents and managers. They only thought, okay, this show fills a room every week at the Comedy Store. Not many shows do that. And I'm sure it's the same with Kill Tony, where, oh, hey, this show fills an arena. Let's watch it. It's not, like when I got back from Montreal doing Roast Battle, and I'm not going to say I was a star of the show, but I did go 4-1 on international television. So I took a meeting or two. And 100% of the meetings I took, they were like, do you have a stand-up clip? I'm like, what do you mean? And each manager or agency, they had made clips of all my roast battles. And they're like, okay, well, here you are calling Tom Ballard a fag. We can't use that. Here you are calling Jimmy Carr this. We can't use that. Here you are body shaming Sarah Tiana. We can't use that. Here you are body shaming K. Trevor Wilson. We can't use that. Do you have a stand-up clip we can show to our bosses? Like, don't get us wrong, you were our favorite one on the show, but like, this is a niche show. So, I have a feeling that, these kids who, take meetings based off of their work on Kill Tony are kind of probably experiencing the same thing of, okay, this is fun. You're at Madison Square Garden, but you're being made fun of by 3 celebrities and Tony. Do you have a stand-up reel we could watch? And good luck with that, brothers. Yeeks. So, the industry does not like the show, either show. But it piques their interest because it sells out arenas. Did you like Tommy? I mean, me and Tommy should have gotten along, to be honest with you. When you look at I mean, he was a little older than me, but, around the same generation, I'd say. We liked the same music, Kiss, David Lee Roth, Rat, Poison, Motley Crue. But I knew he was never going to pass me. So it was just like, I didn't like him to a degree because it's just like, why waste my time? Um, why you giving me hope up here when you have no intention to pass me? It just didn't. What up, Keith? Who passed Chappelle? I'm gonna guess Adam or Emily did. Pell L, $10, baby. Whoa. Seems like uncreative powers that be ruin everything. What are your thoughts on the old tough crowd at the time? I didn't pay attention, but it's a funny show in my opinion. I mean, tough crowd. I would have loved to have been on because it was real comics. I mean, you look at um, Colin Quinn, he's a great comic. Patrice O'Neal's a great comic. Greg Giraldo's a great comic. Jim Norton's a great comic. Nick DiPaolo's a great comic. You look at panel shows now, they don't have great comics on. They've got flavor of the month comics on. So I don't think Tommy was jealous of me. I just think for whatever reason he didn't want to pass me. So um, and there was just no reason to lie about it. Yeah, well, it's not even safe comics, but I mean, look at the comics on Gutfeld. I mean, there's some funny ones, absolutely, but there's also, like Zhao Ying Summers got on. She's fucking the worst comic in Los Angeles. Chrissy Mayer got on, like, so I think I don't think Tough Crowd was. I don't know who the casting person was. I don't know if it was Colin Quinn, but oh, there's some unfunny male comics on. Trust me on that one. Um, yeah, I guess he didn't. But I don't know who the casting person was on Tough Crowd, but you could tell. Now, we're not going to have someone good looking with a lot of social media on. We're going to have Greg Giraldo on. So we're going to have Artie Lang on, So, you look at like the panel shows today. I mean, you think Tyrus would have been on Tough Crowd? Fuck no. But yet he's on every episode of Gutfeld. So, you know, um, it was a different era. But back when Tough Crowd was on, there wasn't really social media, so maybe they would have changed if there was. But um, I mean, I think you couldn't do a show like Tough Crowd now because a network executive would be like, I'm sure like someone like me. Now, let's see how many followers I have on Instagram right now. I think it's about 12,300. 12,200. So I have a shade under 12,300. I'm sure part of why I don't get on some of these shows is like, well, Earl's only got 12,200 followers on Instagram. Well, this person has 140,000. Let's book them. And then they bomb. And it's like, well, let's get someone who has 80,000 followers. So, um, no, I'm not even shitting on Tyrus, from the standpoint of I get why he's on the show. Like, I know he's tight with Gutfeld. It's just the way the game is played. But, like, you look at some of the other comics who've been on Gutfeld, it's a little painful. I mean, they bomb and then they're brought back. So, um, but that's the business. I mean, I have a friend of mine who, Jason Tebow did not get past. I believe he showcased twice, and he did not get past. And let me tell you this much right now: if there's anyone Adam Egett wanted to pass, probably even maybe even more than me, it was Jason. But showcase sets are very tough because it's 5 minutes, and you got no time to really build momentum. You got to come into the set swinging, and you got to build. So you can't just start well and then you teeter off. And it's tough, like I think in my showcase set, I'm going to say I maybe did 4 jokes. Because you just don't have time. You can't tell stories. You can't, and I don't, my word economy is I don't know where Tomlin's going next. I suspect he'll be back in Pittsburgh. Um, I mean, there are, it'd be funny if they fired Tomlin and hired Harbaugh. Um, but, like my showcase set, and I'm not trying to brag, but it was really the perfect showcase set. Because, I mean, the first joke did well. Second joke did a little better. Third joke did a little better. And then the fourth joke, I got an applause break. Oh, did he get fired? Did Tomlin get fired? So it was really just the perfect crescendo. Whereas Jason on his one showcase set, I remember, wow. Wow. Tomlin out. A little surprising. But, he won't be out of work long. But, wow, that's breaking news, I guess. But like with Jason said, and he had asked me for advice before the one showcase. I said, whatever you do, don't do crowd work. Because you just don't have the time, if it doesn't go well, to get them back. And even if it does go well, it's too long to spend on one thing, because then you do some crowd work, you're 2-3 minutes in, you got to show the booker you got jokes too, so you don't have time. So he had done some crowd work up top, and it didn't bomb, but it didn't do great. And then I think he got a little nervous, and like I said, a 5-minute set, if it's going well, could seem like 30 seconds. But on the opposite, if it's not going well, it can seem like 7 hours up there. So, are you serious? He's going to be the head coach of the Ravens, or are you fucking with me? I mean, it's tough. I mean, winning trumps everything. I mean, he is a great coach. I mean, listen, it's impressive that they never had a losing record in 19 seasons. You'd think you'd have 1 or 2 outlier seasons, but I've had many friends ask me for showcase advice because mine went so well. And I tell them the same thing. Don't do crowd work. Get right to the jokes. I mean, you could say hello to the crowd. How's everyone doing? Or something to that effect. But this label, what up? Did you watch Sinners? What was up with all the going down on chick stuff when none of them had running water? Disgusting. Sinners is a terrible flick. I have not watched it yet. I was just wrapping up Black Rabbit. On Netflix. I mean, what is Sinners on? I would say, is Rodgers coming back to Pittsburgh? I mean, I can't see him going to another team. I mean, I could see him, if he is coming back to Pittsburgh for one last glory run, that he's going to basically be the GM and coach. He's going to say, he's going to look at all the free agents. I want this guy as my secondary receiver. I want Austin gone. I want a bigger offensive line, or I'm not coming back. And let's be honest, they don't really have a lot of options. They've got Mason Rudolph, who I think is the perfect backup quarterback. and they've got Will Howard, who, I don't know if he's the guy or not, but certainly not for next season. And, the Steelers' defense is older, so their window of opportunity to win is now. So I don't think you're going to go in. I don't think a guy like Hayward and Watt are going to be down with having Will Howard. They need a quarterback who can sustain drives. And, Rodgers, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he was the problem. Like I said last night, and like my buddy Czech Fold, who, we were talking earlier in the stream, on paper, Rodgers had a bad game. He threw an interception. Well, the receiver didn't really help him out on that route. So it's a little bit on the receiver, too. The fumble, yes, Rodgers fumbled the ball, but he also had 4 300-pound linemen around his ankles. So, that's on the offensive line. And, the drop pass by Metcalf, it was a perfectly thrown football. I mean, it hit Metcalf right in the fucking hands. Well, they were over their head, I think. They just did not have an answer for the speed of the defense. And, the first running play was 10 yards. I thought, oh, shit, Warren's going to have a big game. And Gainwell's, the first pass was a nice, the first 2 plays, I think, were first downs. I'm like, okay, this is how they're going to have to play. A big run, a medium-sized pass. You got to figure that Rodgers, there was that one play where I think the Steelers were about the 20. Metcalf puts a great move on the corner. He's got about a 5-yard separation. The safety's probably 15 yards away. And Rodgers sees it, and he's about to throw it and gets hit because the rush came in. So, like I said, I don't think Rodgers was the problem. The offensive line has to be upgraded. It just has to. It's kind of unfair to put it all on number 60 because he was a rookie, and you're asking him to take on those fucking speed demons of Houston. I mean, it just. In terms of who they go after for a new coach. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, it was probably time. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting choice they make for the new coach. Do you just go with a recycle guy like a Harbaugh? Do you go with a new young offensive guru? But that depends on if Rodgers comes back. I mean, I don't think Rodgers is going to want to take orders from some, guru in his mid-20s or mid-30s. It's like, Rodgers is older than the Houston Texans coach. But if you don't bring in Rodgers, I know there's rumors that Kirk Cousins, could come in. And then the Steelers draft a quarterback, and then you've got Howard and the new quarterback and Kirk Cousins probably for 2 years. Well, I don't know if they wouldn't hire Harbaugh. I mean, I don't, I will say I don't think the Steelers like doing the recycle. I mean, they've had 3 coaches in what, 50 fucking years? That's crazy. So I could see them going with, hey, we want our next Mike Tomlin. We want a guy who's going to be here for the next 20 fucking years. So I don't know if the Steelers need Geno Smith, but Rex Ryan. How about Jerry Glanville? Is he still popping? So it'll be interesting. I mean, it's definitely going to be a very, very interesting offseason for the Steelers because, the veteran players, they don't want to see a rookie quarterback drafted. They want to see a hotshot wide receiver to help whoever the new quarterback or Rodgers is going to be. Because, if you draft a quarterback in the first round, which on paper the Steelers should, well, that doesn't help T.J. Watt and Hayward, Cam Hayward. That's not going to help them win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. So it's, Mario Roberge, one of the famous Roberge brothers. Ironhead, hey, I know, I just dropped an iron. Yes, Ironhead Hayward will be joining the Steelers in heaven. So it's going to be interesting. There's really, I don't think, I don't know. It depends on who the coach is. It depends on if Rodgers comes back. I mean, I would fire Arthur Smith. I never liked that choice. I mean, you might as well just kept Matt Canada. I mean, I don't think they'd go with a John Gruden. I don't think they want they want basically a younger Mike Tomlin. They want a guy who's going to be here for at least the next 10 years. Um, the Steelers, no, they would definitely not hire Deion Sanders. They don't want drama. They want, Mike Tomlin was fairly under the radar his whole Steeler tenure. So, but Mike Tomlin will also not be out of work long. He'll either be in TV, or, I'm sure there's many teams who would hire him as a coach right now. Earl, you get a nice Palm Springs 10, you'd be in the top 10 in the Mr. Olympia. I don't know about that. Your boss, Sergio Olivia, the Black Prince, and Mohammed Makawi. I mean, I think my body is more the flexing Dutchman, Barry DeMay, and Tom Platz. Quadzilla. Not the Quadfather, but Quadzilla. See, I throw a little Dabbleverse joke in there for you guys. Earl Skakel Live, Tuesday afternoon, a rare Tuesday afternoon stream. But yes, not Tom Platz is Quadzilla. Derek is the Quad Father. So, hopefully, I think we're talking '80s bodybuilders right now. Quadzilla, Tom Platz. I don't think he sells gym equipment, Buddhist priest. Not that I think he would ever lie to me. Yeah, Tom Platz was, it's too bad because he had a great upper body, but his legs overshadowed his upper body. Yeah. I mean, but DeMayo's legs were nowhere near Platz's legs. Earl, which comic is gifted and can make any crowd laugh without effort? You're talking to him right now, baby. So, I actually was more of a Bob Paris, Frank Zane build, symmetry. But I did suffer from a little bit of the Tom Platz, whereas my legs were bigger than my upper body. I don't have a very muscular upper body. Yes, he does have those teardrop quads, that's for sure. I mean, his legs are so big, if he stands hip width across or hip distance across, like his feet, his inner thighs still touch. Yeah, Mike Menser with that wacky training method. But Mike Menser also like drank his own urine and stuff. So I don't know if Mike Menser was his training methods would work for normal people like us. Bro, what's hands down? Probably the Bobby Orr Stanley Cup final goal. So, actually, I knew the Soloflex guy, the first guy who was in the commercials. I saw him at the gym where I worked out with Matuzak's girlfriend. And I said, hey, do you really use that? He's like, shit, I don't use that. I work out in the gym. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to drink my own urine. Now, in theory, it's probably healthy to drink your own urine because you're drinking in whatever vitamins you're pissing out. Earl, where you get that custom Earl Light? That is hard, Lance. Oh, really? Okay, well, I wouldn't. I mean, I got that from Radical Neon on Melrose. That's Radical with a K. So they do great work, great customer service. That was $496. Well, I mean, I've told this story before, but there are a few new people in here. Bob Paris. I saw him in a bookstore in Brentwood. I went up to him and said, "Hey, you're the reason I drink Dynamic Body Shaper." And he was nice. He didn't say it in exactly the tone I'm about to, but he looked at me and goes, "I don't drink that shit." Yo, let me speak on it. What it do to the Earlverse? Shout out to our boy Earl Skakel. Bang! Well, you can call Radical Neon, and for $496, you can get Lance and the rat font. Will Pittsburgh run it back with Rodgers? Let's see. Is this before? I'm assuming this article was written. Oh no, it will. Let's see. Signing Aaron Rodgers was a swing that brought some offensive competence, but the Pittsburgh offense still looked like it was battling itself. I would agree with that. By the end of the season, the defense was a top 10 unit. Most of this roster will return in 2026. Caps cut out. Look, Pittsburgh is just under $24 million in effective salary cap space, which ranks 13th in the NFL. The biggest savings for the Steelers would be by moving on from Patrick Queen, who would open up $13 million in cap space. But an extension would be just as likely. The Steelers could also use some of their cap space for extensions to younger players, Joey Porter, Nick Herbig, both going into the final year of their contracts. Pittsburgh has also adjusted Jalen Ramsey's contract, acquired via trade. Key pending free agents: Aaron Rodgers, Gainwell, Isaac Seumalo, Kyle Duggar, James Pierre, Asante Samuel. Rodgers obviously stands out after signing a one-year deal with Pittsburgh last offseason. His overall NFL future remains unknown, let alone his Steelers one, especially without Tomlin leading the team. In Pittsburgh, Rodgers played his specific brand of football and was 24th in EPA per play among quarterbacks. Gainwell was a Rodgers favorite. He was 5th among running backs in targets and was 2nd in the team in target share. Pierre and Samuel played well in small samples, ranking 8th and 10th in adjusted yards. Position needs: wide receiver, guard, and cornerback. I would agree with that. They didn't have much depth behind DK Metcalf, and that was made clear when Metcalf was out. Metcalf had only a 19% target share, but that's because Rodgers throws a lot of checkdowns to his running backs. The Steelers will need to look at a guard replacement for Seumalo if he leaves. So it will be interesting. A good draft fit, wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon, USC. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's just that era right now we're in where, a gay hockey show is probably just targets a new audience. I mean, the NHL has to look at every single audience avenue. And I'm sorry, I did not answer your question. Yeah, you can get anything you want, Lance. I mean, I'm not telling you to get it. I did not watch it because I don't have HBO Max. Fornicate asked me how much to take the shirt off. It's at least $20, and I'm not trying to grift you guys. I'm just, I just woke up. I don't feel like being shirtless right now. Gay NBA players is more believable. Hell, I'd hate to be a bottom in that equation. So, I mean, I don't know. The NHL out of the major the major sports leagues, they are they have to look at any audience for more eyes on the product. So, that I didn't watch the gay hockey show, but I wouldn't be surprised now if I walk by the sports bars during the Stanley Cup playoffs that there's going to be hockey on for the first time in a long time. So, because right now it's kind of a good time for hockey to be popular with the gays because baseball is a very popular sport with gays. So you don't have that right now for a few months. Football's dying down, so you have a little bit of a chance to, even though the Super Bowl is a big deal for everyone, So there is a window for hockey to like, hey, let's watch a hockey game instead. So. Yeah, UFC, but I rarely walk by. There's 3 sports bars in my neighborhood. I mean, 2 are sports bars. One is essentially a sports bar. They never have UFC on because I think the UFC is very hardcore about making sure bars pay for the license to show pay-per-views at the bar, and most bars don't. So I think a lot of bars are afraid to show like pay-per-views because there's some strict penalties. I think it's like $10,000 for the first time you get caught. So, I mean, The Ultimate Fighter was popular the first couple years, and then it really died down. It's like American Idol, Hell's Kitchen. It's like how many shitty chefs are there in the world? I mean, Gordon Ramsay seems to find them all. I think the Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner era. I mean, obviously, I think like the first 5 seasons were like must-watch television, but then it just became too formulaic and it was just stale. Yeah, I mean, maybe the last Kimbo season was good because he brought a new audience, to, but Kimbo was not a skilled fighter. He was just a brawler. And I think, when you're going up there against like a Fabricio Verdum, who's like a 7th-degree black belt, I don't, yeah, Kimbo was good against Dada 5000 and aging, slowing, declining Tank Abbott, but other than that, I think it was a tough one. So, well, Roy Nelson was in shape for a fat guy. Like there are some guys who are in shape for a fat dude. Uh, yeah, but they've already done that with Last Comic Standing. And Last Comic Standing was such a fake show that it just didn't work. And they skipped that format, I think, after the Ralphie May season. I mean, I had a friend of mine who was shown on the audition season of Last Comic Standing. And this goes to show you how fake the show was. So on the TV, the final TV edit, they show my friend on stage. Then they cut to the judges. They cut to the crowd. And so it looked like he was in front of a packed audience, in front of, I think it was Jeselnik and whoever else the judges were. And my friend told me when I did my set, there was no one in the room. The judges weren't there. There was no crowd. I just did it to an empty room. So I think, what up, Waver? Yo, 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 yo. Zoom, zoom. How long could you survive in a house with him? I mean, it really depends on who the comics were. Now, I think they should do an all-comic season of Big Brother. But that's, I don't think you could survive with that. But, I mean, it would depend on. I've often thought of going on Big Brother. I'd either win the season or I'd get kicked off the first episode. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even do it. I should ask who's on the Don't Tell show in Vegas. Who knows who's on that show? I mean, there's a few rapist comics in Vegas. So. I mean, I got no problem with Leslie. She just took something personal that she shouldn't have. I mean, it was roast battle in the Wild West era. Everyone knew it. Chappelle knew it. Which is one of the things I really loved about roast battle in that era. Like Dave Chappelle, the biggest comic of all time, he knew that when he walked up those stairs on a Tuesday night, he was going to get shit on by a bunch of comics he's never heard of before. But he understood that. He understood that was the show. And that's why he was so good on it. I think Leslie did the show kind of like when Chevy Chase, they had the Chevy Chase roast, and you could tell Chevy Chase was like, who the fuck are these people making fun of me? I was like, well, bro, it's a roast. That's the whole idea. And that's kind of how Leslie was that night at Roast Battle. She said, "Why are you guys making fun of me? I make more money than anyone in this room." But that's not the point. Dave Chappelle makes 10 times what you make, so don't worry about it. If Dave can take the heat, you can too. So, you know, Bolivia would love having free housing at this point. Um, yeah, she did do that, Jeff Nichols. That's a fact, Jack. No. Well, I don't know if they will. I mean, I don't know. I think you have to pay a license fee to show it at a bar if people are paying for it. Now, there might be a scapegoat out where the bar doesn't charge, so maybe they can show it. I don't know the rules of that. I mean, I'm pretty good roasting bigger names because I've got nothing to lose. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I never really had a fucking problem with Leslie, but like, it's like, don't. Now, listen, if it was a regular comedy show and some of the things that were said that night were said, then she'd have a point of like, hey, man, this is a comedy show. I didn't sign up for this bullshit. But anyone who went up the stairs on Tuesday nights in that era of Roast Battle, now I'm talking before the TV show, you knew what you were walking up there to. There's going to be gay jokes, black jokes, racist jokes, homophobic jokes, jokes that cross 7 lines. But that was the deal. I mean, we had a rule up there that if it were two white comics battling, each one could say an N-word joke, and I mean hard ER. And that was just the era. Um, Interesting, Keith. Interesting. I mean, that would work probably. Um, you know, but I wouldn't do it. I mean, I beat Jimmy Carr and it got me nothing. You think beating David Lucas would do anything for me? Fuck no. Or beating William Montgomery? But see, I don't think the stars of Kill Tony or whatever you want to call them, I don't think they would do very well because they're used to all the band-aids on the show. And that's one of the things that always attracted me to Roast Battle. There's no gimmicks. It's you against me. There's no band. There's no Tony. There's no red band. There's no sound effects. There's no 3 celebrity panelists. You want to say something bad about me? I'm going to say something bad about you. And it's going to be in the same room, and it's going to be 2 seconds after whatever you say about me. Kim Congdon is good. I mean, she battles. Like when she battled Bolivia, she was asking me for dirt. I was like, Kim, I don't want to get involved in this one. I mean, and that was a horrible battle for Bolivia because Kim. That was Roast Battle season 3. So that particular battle, Kim was coming in guns ablazing. Oh, you're putting me up against the queen of the show, and I've never been on the show once. Well, let's show you who the real queen is. So that battle was really um, not a good one for Bolivia because Bolivia at that point was like, I'm going to get every season on the show. I don't really need to try hard. I'll just do the bare minimum. Well, Kim Congdon is the wrong person to do the bare minimum against. So, yeah, I mean, listen, there's some funny comics on Kill Tony, don't get me wrong, but like, in terms of like your idea, SC, of, the Kill Tony All Stars against, the Roast Battle, the Legends of Roast Battle, I don't think it would be close. I don't see one Kill Tony comic beating any of us. And that's not like my ego or whatever. It's just they're used to um, having so many band-aids with them. And, it's like you could even see that one, the William Montgomery bombing. He was doing so bad at one point. You could literally see him look to the left because he's so used to the habit of, okay, I'm not doing well on Kill Tony. Tony, help me. And he wasn't there. And that's, I think, how it would work with that format. Yeah, well, Jeff Ross is not a roast writer, which is funny because he's allegedly the roast master. But, you know, I mean, I used to want to battle him so bad because I knew I'd kill him because I got some inside baseball stuff on him that he has no clue I know. And you know me, my only rule is it has to be true. And if it's true, it's on the table. But he's so fucking lazy that he would just have Bolivia write him 5 roast jokes. Well, I've already beaten her easily, so I'm comfortable going up against her writing. But, you know, of course I would. Because he's very insecure about his looks. I mean, I told you, like, when I had him on my podcast, I picked literally the best picture I could find of him. You know, this is when we were kind of getting along. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do him right. I looked through hundreds of pictures. They all are disgusting looking. And I finally found a picture, the one where he's lifting the fedora off his head. I mean, the lighting was good. You couldn't see his double chin. And so I posted that. It has like the what would you call it? The screen grab for, you know, the episode when I post the link. And he calls me up at like 3 in the morning. He's like, "Thanks for picking an ugly picture of me. I look fat in the picture." I'm like, "Bro, I ain't fucking Houdini. I picked the best picture I could find." So, you know, I mean, basically, William, would you date the wrestler ODB? I don't know who that is. Yeah, I think they do need a commercial. I don't think you can just pop on your Paramount Plus account at a bar and stream UFC fights for free. But there might be um, what would I say, a legal out if you don't charge, you know? Um, you know, so, but I don't know. I don't really know. I know the UFC literally sends people out to like West Hollywood and go, okay, let us know if any bars are showing our sport and if they're charging for admission. Um, yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, come on, man. You know, it's like Ralphie May asking you to find him a skinny picture of him. Like, okay. Um, ODB. Let me look at ODB. Let me see. I didn't ever watch a lot of TNA, to be completely honest with you. ODB and ODB TNA. Let's see what she looks like here. Oh, I don't know about that. One dirty bitch. I mean, let me look at the images. The first image is not. Uh, Boy, that's a tough one. I mean, there she looks like she has big tits. I mean, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to be pretty horny to be honest with you. Uh, Ralphie Mays probably looks. Ralphie May's been dead for what, 5 years? So he's probably down about. He's probably down to like 200 pounds. When am I leaving for Vegas? Probably Saturday morning. I think I'm going to go to the King, excuse me, Ducks game Friday night, and then I'll leave Saturday morning. And Kasha, you got to pay me to roast, man. I am an elite level roaster. I'm not going to roast for free on air. Shit. I mean, let me take this off here. I mean that's not too bad. Well, I don't think I said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I said he didn't really do stand up there. He did more stories, which is what I would recommend. I mean, listen, Chevy Chase has great stories. I mean, he's been a successful comic actor for 50 fucking years. I mean, I remember seeing him in Foul Play, which is what, 78? So almost 50 years he's been successful. So, yeah, I mean, she's not as bad as I thought. Let me see. I mean, let me see. Let me look up Tracy Brooks, TNA. Who's kind of cute? It's Megan Bain. Tracy Brooks, TNA. I mean, yeah, I'd probably rather be with ODB. Now let me look at let me show you guys Bozilla. Now she's a big girl, but she's got a cute face. Kind of a little bit of I mean, let's look up Bozilla. So let's get a good shot of Bozilla here. I mean, that's not bad. But I mean, whoa. That's I mean, I don't know about that. So, I mean, it's not like I'm a male model, but yowza. You know, would you date Lesnar's daughter? No, no way. No way am I going to try and have sex with Lesnar's daughter and then have that guy show up at my door. You son of a bitch. No, that's Bozilla. But in some, like I'm trying to look in some, like she's a big girl. Like she looks pretty cute in some lights, but Megan Bain looks really cute in some angles. Was Sydney Sweeney in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I don't remember that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could date a girl who was stronger than me. Body molded out of Crisco. I mean, Jacqueline was my crush as a kid. Yeah, I mean, she was a very pretty African American woman. I mean, if you said, yeah, I don't remember Sydney Sweeney in that. I'm trying to, if I could pick one female wrestler, well, I mean, Harley Cameron's my friend, but she's a taken woman with the great RJ City. I mean, modern day, I like Megan Bain. I met Trish Stratus once backstage. Very nice lady. If I had to pick another, Major Guns was hot back in the day when she was part of the No Limit Soldiers gang. Gorgeous George when she was Macho Man's valet. Yeah, I mean, Trish Stratus was very nice. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button before we end the stream. Thank you very much. I'm sure Kevin Brennan is about to go live, so you guys can all run over to his stream. Tell him I sent you. I don't know about Linda McMahon. Yeah, Baby Doll was cute. Soraya, I met her. She's a very nice lady. Patrick Melton is live right now, so there you go. I mean, let me see who else is live. I mean, Melton is live right now. And, so I'm sure someone else is live at the moment. So go over to Melton's stream. We've got another 3 minutes, guys. And well, I'm just getting another message from. Um, um, Sherry was kind of cute. I mean, let me see. I mean, I like Melton. I don't know. I watch Melton a lot, but when he starts talking about fat people, I have no idea who they are. Um, I just lose interest. Like I'm not going to snipe Melton, but let's see who he's talking about right now. He
Good,
is.
thank you.
Oh, he's talking about. He's got Kiki on his stream, so I mean that's not very interesting to me. So, um, but I don't know. I mean, there's some really pretty. I'm trying to think of some valets in the '80s. I mean, Missy Hyatt. I guess Missy Hyatt might be the one. If you said, okay, you can't get with anyone from today. Megan Bain's not an option. Bozilla's not an option. Camille's not bad looking. I see some shots of her where she looks pretty. Um, I would say Missy Hyatt. I mean, a prime Missy Hyatt's pretty hot. Very 80s. I used to see her at King Games when she was dating Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years. Yeah, Precious was not exactly my type, but she was very pretty. I'm trying to think of. I mean, of course, Benoit's wife. She was hot. Um, Female you interviewed from Married with Children. Tawny Katane. Yeah, but she wasn't really a wrestling person. Um, yeah, Deborah's body, great body, especially when she was with Mongo McMichael. Sable, very pretty, back in the day. Stacey Keebler. I mean, normally I like the bustier girls, but who does an hour stream for $20? Not me. I do it for 14. But I actually like doing these streams. I enjoy talking to you guys, and frankly, it helps keep me in the algorithm a little bit. So this is a stream, Fornicate, that I do not necessarily for financial reasons, but for the long game, I guess you'd say. I mean, listen, I would love it if I made more money doing this. Don't get me wrong, but um, actually, my math is not off. I made $14.07. So I don't know if you guys give me ideas for jokes, to be honest with you. Um, so my math is right on the money, honey. I've done 71 minutes for $14.07. Because unlike all the other grifters on YouTube, I read the free chats. Nicole Bass would not be an option for me. I would definitely. Rhea Ripley's very, in a goth way, pretty to me. $16 D waiver. Yeah, I am a real one. So, I keep it real. And if you're gonna put a move on Rhea Ripley, you're gonna have to go through Buddy Matthews. Good luck with that. Where's Buddy Matthews been? Well, it's not 1407 on my end because YouTube takes 30% of that. So, you know, that is the real deal. We're going to 75 minutes, guys, and I got to get going. I appreciate the love and support as always. And, you know, there you go. I mean, YouTube doesn't want its cut. It gets its cut. Trust me on that one. So, there you go. But I appreciate you guys, Listen, I mean, half the reason I do this stream is for you guys to look at my shorts and steak tartare off the menu. It is criminal, which is why Super Tips is a great deal. I think Super Tips, the Melton fans might be able to correct me if I'm wrong here. It takes 10%, and you also get paid, I think, the next day. You have the option of getting paid the very next day. I mean, like, so, I mean, with YouTube, whatever I'm making this month, I'm not getting paid until February 21st. But with Super Tips, and, I might be mistaken, which I probably am. I don't know how YouTube hasn't put a stop to that. I mean, they have to know that Super Tips is kind of circumventing their getting to 30%. So I've got to believe at some point YouTube's going to put up a fight to stop Super Tips. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm just saying if I was YouTube, I'd be like, hey, what the fuck is this? I mean, YouTube checks my short videos. Like I get a notification of, hey, we don't have any problems with your shorts. Within under a minute, they check it. So they're all out of apple pie protein cookies. Well, I don't know why you would say that, Roy. They make 30% of what I make. I mean, so this stream I made $16. They get 30% of that. So, well, I mean, it already is pretty big. I mean, when you've got, what was it? I think Carmick, or maybe it was Dixon, or someone got 3 Super Tips in the same stream of $1,000 each Super Tip. So $3,000 they made in one stream. I gotta believe that someone from YouTube noticed that and said, "Wait a minute, we want whatever 30% of $3,000 is. What is that? About 1,200." Well, it's small. Yeah, I agree. But like one thing I do know about big corporations, they look at it as money is money. Yes, we make $1 billion, but we make $1 billion because we go after the money, honey. So who knows? I don't know. I mean, I don't think I make enough for Super Tips to be like, hey, let's get Skakel on board. But I don't know. I mean, I think I could see if Aaron Rodgers comes back to Pittsburgh, he'd have a heavy hand in who the coach would be. And do you really want to do that if you're Pittsburgh? You hire a coach for basically one more year of Aaron Rodgers, and then you're stuck with Aaron Rodgers' coach and no Aaron Rodgers in 2 years. So, okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm speaking out of school here with, I would just think, Super Tips is definitely a better deal than YouTube. You're saving 20% and you're also getting paid the next day. So, what are you going to do? All right, one more time. We'll go to 80 minutes. So 3 more minutes, guys. That's enough warning for you guys to get your last minute questions in and whatnot. And then I'm going to start my day. And try and live a good life out here in sunny Los Angeles, California. So one more time, let's see who's going live right now. We've got Patrick Melton live. I don't see a lot of people from the Dabbleverse live. I'm sure Kevin Brennan's going live at some point. Opie is live right now. So there you go with that. Gino, oh no, they're just doing soundboard. Gino Bisconti is on with Gary Biscayne. So, if you're a Gino fan, watch that. Melissa Gilbert's husband is in custody. Timothy Busfield, who played Poindexter in Revenge of the Nerd movies, he apparently was touching little boys' peepees. So if you're a fan of, I don't know what happened. So then, Melton's probably your best option for entertainment right now. And Zero Distract. Let's leave the stream with some mood music. Everyone have a good day. We got 2 more minutes in the Earl world. He was the guy with red hair in Revenge of the Nerds, Poindexter. Earl Skakel live in the house. Yo, 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 yo. In the house. Thank you for all the generous donations. Good for Rogers. Thank you guys, Like I said, I'm doing this to get my stand-up comedy out there. So although I'm not making a lot of money live streaming, there is an end game for me. Well, the scary thing, Idiocracy, is that I choose the least invasive ad structure. I'm sure I could make more money if I chose the more aggressive ad campaign, but I don't. Because, like I said, I'm not really doing this live stream to make money. I'd love to make hundreds of dollars a stream, but right now that's probably not happening. So, I'll play it next time, baby. We got 30 seconds left. I love you all. You guys are all soldiers in the Earl Army. I know, that is scary. So you can imagine if I put on the more aggressive ad campaign, which is probably ads every 10 minutes. But, I try and be fan-friendly to you guys. Rudy Baga in the house, but no Dabbleverse questions because the stream is now over. Earl Skakel live. My next Rob Schneider collab, hopefully it's on Gutfeld. But I don't know. Come out east. Well, never say never. Never say never. I just got an offer from a club in the South that I played before, but it would be for an extended period. So who knows? I love you all. Skakel over and out.